Oil refineries blend into the background in this Houston neighborhood.
I am Jessica Chastain. I am in Galena Park. This is where I live.
But the implications of living in the nation's oil and gas capital became all too clear after Hurricane Harvey slammed Houston last August.
It was black and disgusting, and slime was on top. I think it was slime. It looked like oil, something overbased on top of it. I didn't want my kids near it, and we were already in it.
As nearby petrochemical plants flooded and spilled toxic chemicals, Jessica Chastain and her family had to swim to safety in the foul water of a backed-up bayou.
My kids all got staph infections. They all got sick. We all got sick.
The Associated Press and Houston Chronicle reviewed federal, state, and local records about the impact of toxic spills during Harvey. It's an impact far broader than what authorities made public. Regulators alerted the public about the dangers of only two toxic disasters: explosions and fires at the Arkema chemical plant and flooding at a dioxin-laden Superfund site. But the joint investigation found more than 100 Harvey-related toxic releases on land and water and air.
So we went and took samples in all of the sites that we have historically sampled for dioxin in the Houston Ship Channel and Upper and Galveston Bay. And we found that at some locations there were elevated levels after Harvey from the last time we sampled, which was in 2011, 2012.
And a separate study partially funded by the AP and the Chronicle researchers tested soil samples around the Galveston Bay area for pollutants.
But they did show elevated concentrations at flooded locations compared to the non-flooded locations, and seems to suggest to me that the flood mobilized some of the chemicals that were released either during the spill incidents or washed off from the industrial operations in that area.
Most of the toxic spills were never publicized. Federal regulators say they have investigated a handful of the industrial spills. Texas regulators say they've completed investigations of 89 incidents, but it's not clear what exactly that entailed, and they have yet to take any enforcement action. Critics say the state has a history of letting polluters off easy. Lawmakers have passed 2 bills since mid-2015 making it harder for counties to police polluters.
And this has been a problem going back into the 90s, into the 80s, that they really don't want to find evidence of contamination because it's going to raise the risk of liability for all those plants in the Houston area.
The AP and Chronicle found that the state and federal soil and water testing in Harvey's wake was limited when compared to previous Gulf hurricanes like Ike and Katrina. For residents like Chastain,
I don't remember getting sick a lot when I was little, but here lately I'm constantly getting sick, constantly.
The limited environmental monitoring has left them in limbo, not knowing what they may have been exposed to. John Moan, Associated Press, Houston.